the Spyderco Delica 4. A while back, Hickok45 did a review on this knife. I had never heard of it before. I'm not really a knife person. So I liked what he had to say about it, and emptied the pickle jar full of change I had on my nightstand or on my dresser, and I ordered one online. And I'll tell you what, it's really changed my life for the better. It sounds corny. All the things that he said and more. The thing is small. It fits in your pants pocket with your car keys. You don't have to clip it to anything. It'll just lay right down in there, so your hand will fit down. You can fish your keys or your chapstick or whatever you got in there out, and which makes it a really good choice for everyday carry. It's high quality steel. The VG10 was developed in Japan for high-end chef cutlery, and the virtues of this excellent stainless steel are its edge holding capability. It's a high carbon steel, and also the fact that it sharpens quite easily. It'll take an edge quickly, which is really the biggest problem with any stainless steel. They're usually somewhat difficult to sharpen. This one just sharpens really quick. It'll hold its edge as long as you don't abuse it, as long as you don't go trying to cut up cardboard boxes with it and stuff like that. But if you do that, fine, you just take out your Lansky sharpening kit or whatever and put an edge back on it. If you carry one of these long enough, you'll probably find out that these screws that hold the clip on will loosen up, and that problem is easily solved with a T6 Torx bit driver. You want to make sure you use a high quality one. If you don't buy good tools, sometimes these things are a little out of whack and it won't fit securely in your Torx head, and you can even damage them. I've got Craftsman and they work really well. Some people will take that clip off of there, but I like it just because it helps you get a grip of the knife. It's a pretty thin profile, and I just like that for hanging on to it. And also, if you want to adjust your blade tension, you want to get a Torx T9 driver. So if you have problems with these screws loosening, or if you want to just take action before it happens, you can get some Loctite. You can either use like the 242 blue Loctite or the 271 red, which is what I use. That's the more permanent stuff for studs and bearings. And put some of that on there and retighten it down. Another thing that you might want to change about this is if you press hard with your thumb when you're flicking it open, all of a sudden you'll notice you've got kind of half moon cuts on your thumb. It's because this edge, at least on both of the Delica 4s that I own, this edge is actually pretty sharp. And I use a Smith sharpening stone here and just kind of break that edge right there. It doesn't take too much. You could also use fine sandpaper just on your thumb and take care of that, just so it's not quite so razor sharp. I didn't notice it was happening at first, and all of a sudden I look at my thumb and it's like, what's going on here? It's like, oh, I bet you my knife did that. If you don't press hard in there when you flick it open, then it's not a problem. The reason I have two of these is because primarily I use a knife for cutting food, almost exclusively. I mean, when you open up boxes, you know, it doesn't take much of a knife to do that, just for cutting tape. But if you have the flat ground Delica, which is one option, there's a difference between that and the standard. It's thinner, and it's a straight bevel from the back all the way to the edge, and it just works a little bit better for cutting food that you commonly cut, like cheese and apples and things like that. It doesn't have that step in the blade to kind of hang up. This knife works so well at opening one-handed. It was something that became immediately apparent the very first time I used it. I was standing on a pier and I looked up and there was a fishing lure up in a tree, and it took both hands to pull the branch down, and there I was holding this thing. I reached down into my pocket, grabbed my Delica, cut the line, and I got to save the lure. I like the fact that this knife has a small blade. The 2 7/8 inch blade not only makes it easy to fit in your pocket, but for practical everyday use it's nice too. When you're at work and you're sitting at the table with your coworkers, you whip out some big old Recon 1, they're gonna freak, you know, just because of the the culture, that the way things have changed. People are kind of weird, and they'll think that you're some kind of nutcase if you have a big knife. So you got this little Delica here. People aren't going to panic when you go to cut your orange in half with it. So that's something that works out very nicely as an everyday knife. So as always, I appreciate you watching my videos, and if you like the Delica 4, spread the word. It's a nice knife. Thanks for watching.